Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Samuel Hayden, and tonight with the nightly news. We have recently suffered some would call terrorist attack, or just a huge accident over an insert street name here. In this specific time, New York City was almost just basically annihilated. It was wrecked. NYC, the Big Apple, the place that we all know and love, has been destroyed. An accident with the missile testing has occurred, and sadly to say, I believe the entirety of New York City has gone under. There are bodies of those who live and died coming up every minute of every hour, every day. It is surprising the amount of bodies that this one accident could have caused. But there is one thing that we could all know. The memorial that will be held in the neighboring location. I will go there, as well as I hope many of others, to pay condolences to the lost. On other news, small outro. The news turns off the TV as Izuku sits on his ass in a lazy boy. He's just kind of just helmet off. He looks mad. Recently, he has gotten word that Nick Fury's wife was allowed to come home. He turns on the TV again, goes to a specific channel, presses a button on the desk beside him, and, well, he begins to watch. Where Nick is driving his wife home. During this drive, his wife is in the front seat. No envoy, nothing, just him and his wife. The trigger hits. She knows that it's go time. She was writing a small note. And she asked Nick to turn on the radio. During that time, Nick reached down to the radio, leaving him completely open for an almost immediate death. Nick Fury stabbed in the side of the head. Well, not in the side of the head, it's more along the lines of directly through, the non-existence of his eye patch covered hole. Right through the now vacant cavity of his eye, directly into the brain. Almost immediately, Izuku lets out a small giggle and says, "Because of your vendetta, Nick, you killed a lot of people. I will see you in hell. and embrace you as a brother. Almost immediately, the wife in the car begins to break down, and shortly after, commits suicide. What happened there was Izuku's doing. He did this shit on purpose. He knew exactly what was going to happen. Let's just say he had the boxing gloves on. This fight has already been dirty from the start. Izuku was using brass knuckles under his boxing gloves. But it's time for no more espionage. This is just gonna be a straight fucking slaughter. Like, and Izuku's just gonna make it. It's gonna make a fucking show of it. So, what he does, he calls Gigantica to come and help with a distraction. And has some assassins come out with him because Plan Itachi is a go. And what Izuku is doing during this time is transforming into Nick, looking exactly like him. I'm going to the Shield safe house that was pretty far away. They were stationed in Hawaii, but teleportation circles are something Izuku has grown adept in. He has also showed Raj some magic. He is not incredibly adept, but Izuku taught him to do some scary shit. Not anything that would outclass him. Well, maybe, except it depends if he experiments. But Izuku plans on making a point. No more hiding in the dark. Because this... You see, what the Legion of Doom did was one thing. They're villains. They are expected to do so. But it's when the heroes start acting like the bad guys. During this entire thing, the Hero Registry Act is in full swing. They're doing their damnedest to enforce it. Some people openly denied it and fought. So what Izuku plans on doing is making damn certain that there's going to be some bad blood. So what he does is simple. He teleports into, well, a specific spot where the Avengers would meet. It's about goddamn time he deals with them. Well, at least the Avengers that are part of the progressive, that are alright with the Shield. Well, what the remnants of Shield doing what they want to do. But nah. he's set something up. Everything's gonna go down in 3, 2, 1. Explosions ring out through the location as almost immediately there's a firefight between Iron Man and Captain America. There is just fucking fighting. And Izuku just watches. They wait. Gigantica waits. Everything that he was planning is coming out swimmingly. But then Izuku thinks about it and tells Gigantica to hold back with the assassins. He needs to work out some fucking frustration. By the way, I am going to say this. Batman is on the side of Tony, and Superman is on the side of Cap. So, there is the Justice League. There's just a lot of fucking prominent supes around, and like, what Izuku does is just walk out. Like, not in the middle of them, but just walk out so everybody could see him. But not apparently. Like, not. They have to look in his direction. And what he does is pretty simple. He points at Batman, Ash, like almost immediately. And this was exactly when, God, I'm gonna say, Captain America was about to hit him. And like, Batman's dead. Just, Batman's dust. There's nothing left. Izuku, like, turned his shit up to max. He destroyed all of Batman's equipment. Unknowing to him, all of the goddamn birds and Batgirl were waiting in the wings. So, as people start to notice, fucking Nightwing comes down, Damian comes down. Just, like, there is no words that Izuku could really say before there was immediate combat. But then, like, Damian pushes forward too much. Oversteps. Izuku capitalizes by grabbing him. For the people that watched Invincible, we all know what Omni-Man did to the Flash counterpart. But Izuku didn't wait. He didn't draw that shit out like Omni-Man did. I mean, granted, like, time was in super slow-mo, but like, that was slow. I would at least expect Omni-Man to, like, do that shit a bit faster. But regardless, Izuku just quashes his head. Like, Damian's, like, only 14. Izuku has officially killed a child. Like, on purpose. Which then, like, everyone that was, like, looking at him kind of have this knowing stare at both sides, like, oh, we're gonna fucking deal with him, right? Like, he's the whole reason that New York is gone. Like, And Tony, like, did fall more onto the bottle. Because let's just say someone that he very much enjoyed died in New York. So, basically, when that happens, everyone just has this, like, almost nod in agreement, like, okay, we're dealing with him now. Like, and Izuku's shields are still up, and he's just basically letting them get their aggression out, because then Nightwing, OG Robin, comes in. God damn it, Todd, you poor bastard. Yeah, he is Todd, right? I'm fucking, man, whatever. But regardless, his baton gets put through his own skull. Like, this is very clearly, oh shit, this isn't, like, bad. Because, like, Todd was fucking Red Hood. Red Hood technically shot himself. Yeah, no. Red Hood fucking creamed his own skull all over Batgirl. Like, just dead. Not Nightwing, fucking Red Hood. Red Hood shot himself, technically. Even though, like, the bullet ricocheted and, like, hit him in the fucking face, but ricochet technically still counts as you shooting stuff. Regardless, I'm stupid. But, when it comes down to Izuku, like, people are starting to fucking fire off everything. They're firing all cylinders. And Izuku's just, like, walking towards people. Like, Superman tries to do that same shit. Izuku grabs his hand, but this time he doesn't, like, slowly squeeze. What he does is, with the mechanical enhancement as well as the supernatural enhancement, because of the magic that he sewed into his damn suit, just his hand, and I mean, like, the fist that Izuku got, it's like it wasn't there. It's like his entire hand was a fucking blood mist. But everyone seeing that, they realize something. He's not playing. And, unknowing to them, this shit's being broadcasted. And this shit's on every single fucking continent, every single mega city, just fucking this weird fucking, just all this crazy shit's going on. The Scarecrow watched Batman die. And everybody in Gotham are losing their shit. Like, let me tell you, Alfred's fucking mad. Like, because that broadcast basically started when Izuku got there. And that countdown was for the camera. What Izuku wants to do is make a point here. As Izuku proceeds to dismantle, like, I don't know what else I could tell you, because the Flash is there. And I'm not gonna lie to you, people like Reverse Flash are watching this and they're like, what the fuck? Because the camera's able to pick up the Flash, like his actual movement. because he enhanced the fuck out of his shit with magic. I'm not gonna lie to you. Granted, Izuku is a heavy magic base, but Izuku blatantly don't give a fuck. Like, people know about magic. It's not like secretive as it would be in the comics and shit. But Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate's losing his shit because, like, he's going there as best he could. And he teleports there, like, almost immediately. And, like, as soon as he gets there, it's almost like Izuku fucking calculating exactly where he was gonna be. And granted, that mask gives Doctor some fucking precog. But precog can't stop, like, heavy-handed, already, like, flying bullets. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Granted, like, Doctor got some scary shit. Izuku's is scarier. Because no one knows what the fuck he's gonna do. Now, there is blood. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna tell you, because the Flash got his fucking legs ripped off, and he got beat to death with them. And, like, Izuku's making this as graphic as possible. Like, in places like Vegas, the ad screens on the side of buildings are playing this, the screens inside of casinos are playing this. Like, Izuku set up every single screen in orbit and on world to show the atrocities that he's committing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Izuku is able to kill damn near everyone. But Thor is someone he has trouble with. Thor's hammer. But when he throws it at him, when Thor throws the hammer, Izuku sidesteps and catches it. Why the fuck can he hold the hammer? Immediately. Let's see. The hammer, from what I could tell and from what I could remember from the comics, goes off of godly power. That shit, if you are strong enough to hold that hammer, there is something off with you. And since Izuku is from somewhere else, no one has any fucking idea what the fuck his potential cap is. And, like, the reason why Izuku's potential cap and basically his limiter on, like, all of the shit that he could do is fucked is because of Doom. The Doom in the helmet. Because Doom basically explained the physics of his world. And he realized that this world's physics engine is just a little bit glitchy. And Izuku could play that shit to his advantage, like a motherfucker. To the hammer, he is like Odin. Like, do you understand the difference now? To the hammer Mjolnir, he is like Odin. Keep that in mind. Izuku then proceeds to, I'm not gonna lie to you, beats the shit out of Thor with Mjolnir. And the entire time, Loki's watching. Thor's friends in Asgard, the Asgardians know what the fuck's going on. Because Izuku gave them something that kind of appeared right in front of Odin. And like, in the streets of Asgardia. Like, what Izuku did, he's making sure everybody sees this shit. Because he's gonna make a fucking point apparent. Because people are naming him off as small titties, and he hates it. And the entire time, Izuku is taunting them. When Clark dies, it is a vicious scene. But before he dies, he says, Clark Kent, a typewriter, a little journalist that decided to step in the superhero business because his planet was destroyed and he gained power. I will tell you one thing, boy. You stepped into the wrong field. As his head, well, more like his jaw gets ripped from his head and he gets beat to death with it. Wonder Woman. This is the best that the Amazons have to offer? Pathetic. Waste of my time. Smashes her skull between his boot and the floor. Cyborg. Your father should have left you. After all, me and you both know you were just a machine, waiting to putter out and die. Grabbing the side of Cyborg's head, the fleshy bit, and ripping it off from the technology. People try to flee. Raven. Trigon's power tempts you every day. It would be easier and safer for humanity to do what I do now. Al grabs Raven by her throat and snaps it. Quick and painless. People were at that point started to flee in multiple camera angles of each person fleeing. Gigantica and the assassins going after the injured. Gigantica catching Ant-Man and breaking his legs. And just says, small world. Splat. What happens next is a HD 3D slaughter of some of the strongest superheroes. Martian Manhunter. Let me tell you something. Superboy and fucking Supergirl and shit. Supergirl was there. Superboy was not informed. And like I said, I'm going off of the Cartoon Network Superboy. And the daughter of Martian Manhunter. Supergirl, however, he just flat out says, the cousin of Clark Kent, It's a shame, truly. You are a very beautiful woman, but beauty fades. That's why it is beautiful. Snaps his fingers. She begins to rapidly age, die of natural causes, and fade to dust. Those who get hunted down. But there is something special that he does to every single one of them. He unmasks them in front of the public and then kills them. Every one of them. Every single one. There was like a quip and a bash, and that was it. After Izuku's cloak is covered in blood, he turns towards the camera. Covered in blood, Izuku turns towards the camera, wading through the bodies of dead supers. And he just says this. What did I tell you from the beginning? I am the enemy. And what did the US government decide good for their people? To launch a missile. Well, not a missile, technically. It was a tungsten rod. Operation, I think it was either Thor or Odin. But regardless, New York burnt to the ground, cracked, crust of the earth, open for all to see. Because Nick Fury, a man that is now dead as of 25 minutes ago, on the south side of Michigan, his wife did it and then killed herself. She couldn't handle the trauma of being mind controlled, and then snapping out of it as soon as that shit pierces her husband. So, yeah. Believes she did it by her own accord, and she killed herself because she couldn't handle it. Now, people are immediately going to say, oh, that's bullshit. Government won't lie to you. Well, let me pull up some fun fucking facts. The government has been lying to you fuckers since 1984, motherfucker. Like, there's been so much staged shit over the years. It's incredible, and I tip my hat to them. Truly. But, it's sad. Truly. It's disappointing. I would expect something better from the places that run the megacities. After all, a fairly important quadrant of the megacity was damaged severely in the United States. But the best thing about it is this war that Nick started. I've been able to do things for shits and giggles. I know the parents, the wives, all the fucking little kids, little rats that crawled out of your wife's coochies. Yeah, no, I know who the fuck they are. I know where they sleep. So, this is a message, safe to say, that this is no longer a time of peace or reconciliation or togetherness. Oh no, yeah, Wakanda. Honda. I know that we have pretty good dealings. I didn't kill him. And he points at Black Panther, who is knocked the fuck out. So, no hard feelings. But I believe that he would have very much tried his damnedest. And as of recently, a very interesting thing has come to my ears that trickled from down high. I heard the Darkseid was going to make an appearance here. But I think I scared him. He smiles, turning back to the other side of his screen. Darkseid looking on Apocalypse on that screen. So, yeah, Izuku knows where Apocalypse is. Anyway, that and, like, the Green Lanterns, and the Yellow Lanterns, and the Red Lanterns, like, hell, like, Ares even got a front row seat to this shit. Like, what Izuku did. Ares is charged up. He is fucking pumping with violence. But there was something attached to his. A death threat. That flat out says, if you step on my toes, I'm gonna rip yours off, shove them individually up each nostril, 5 each, rip your fucking spine from your back, and force you to crawl like a worm for the rest of your life, as you should, in my presence. But, back to the small announcement that Izuku's making. Izuku continues. I don't know what y'all were thinking, truly. Pissing on my shoes, for one, was just a terrible idea. It was ill-advised, it was just stupid. It was a dumb idea. Like, I could understand why Billy wanted this, like, everlasting war conflict, bloody bullshit. But personally, I'm pissed. I'm pissed off that I got dropped. Because if Vought was, I was just really just going to destroy Vought. I wasn't going to do anything else. Right? But someone beat me to it. But hey, I'm just going to say this now for the Legion of Doom. Bow or die. And to every criminal out there, bow or die. To every civilian, bow or face consequences. For those who believe they have power to stand against me, bow or die.